Going on to you, Taurus. So you have the Magician, the Lovers, and you have the Six of Pentacles. So for you, Taurus, a lot of you, Taurus, are very much so going to have to start doing the things that you know that you need to, that you've been putting off for a very long time. Because the Six of Pentacles represents, because if you don't, then essentially it'll be that much harder for you later on in life, health-wise, financially, relationship-wise. There's some things that a lot of you Taurus are doing that you know that you need to do, or you're just starting to figure it out, right? Or some of you may not necessarily know, but you know what they are. Some of you may not have necessarily started. Some of you have already started. Go ahead and handle those. Because the Lovers represents, it's a situation where you're not necessarily taking care of yourself the way that you should be. And because of this, it's what's squandering partially your love life, your finances, because people will use you and try to, unfortunately, play you, right, when you're not taking good care of yourselves. So now the Sun represents here, if you want somebody that can give back to you and can show you love, then you, Taurus, have to be the ones to offer that same kind of love and appreciation ultimately to yourselves, first and foremost. Don't allow people to have to show you love before you show yourself love. And then you always have, then you have people that take it too far and they try to make it about self-conceit, and they'll make it about self-conceit in the sense of, well, this, that. I'm not talking about conceit. I'm talking about taking care of yourself, but at the same time getting to know others and knowing how to socialize. But the baseline, the foundation is from self-love and knowing how to take care of yourself and what you need and what is good for you and what is not, right? And then doing the things that you need, that you should be doing to put yourself in a better position, right? The Page of Wands now is about also, because no one is going to do it for you unless you do it for yourself. So this is the thing that a lot of you Taurus have to really start understanding. This is about your own journey. Unfortunately, a lot of you Taurus have been letting people getting away with writing your book for you, the things that you want to do for you, instead of you telling that tale for yourself. And then now the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups is all about how, since that's the case, you have to understand no more overspending. Some of you Taurus, your heart and your mind are not in the correct place. So you'll do the Taurus basic instinct thing, which is to overspend. Taurus is an overspender. Leo, Libra, y'all will overspend. And when you overspend, it creates good feelings immediately. But in the future, you don't like the fact that you overspend. Some of you need to cut back. And that goes specifically when it comes to relationships in general, but specifically when it comes to getting to know somebody else. Anybody that tries to get you to spend money to get to know them is a person that you don't want to be wasting your time getting to know. Because those people are always going to be running some sort of game in order to get you to give up your cash. And why does it have to be you have to give up money in order for you to do that? See, a lot of people don't really understand how goofy they come off when they have that mentality, right? Because the mentality is, well, I'm not cheap. You're going to have to actually, but it's like, it's not the cash that you should be looking for. It's the thought and the effort. Like, does it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying, once again, you're trying to connect with another person, right? What does it matter how much the person spends on you? That's the thing for me that's kind of odd. Like, what does it matter how much it is that you, Taurus, would have to spend on another person. If a person is upset at the fact that you, Taurus, are not spending exorbitant amounts on them, whether it's the first date or how much dates, that's a dub. I'm not saying that they can't every now and again wine and dine you, but making that an everyday thing, that's not how it is that you preserve wealth. Because so many people want to talk about generational wealth, generational wealth. Do you understand how expensive fast food is? Do you understand how expensive, especially now, going out to dinner is? You start doing that enough consistently, you gotta pay them. The food industry is a very lucrative industry if they're doing it correctly, because of the fact that it's so expensive. They can charge that because the supplies that they have to get, they're paying wholesale. Okay, then they have to make a cut, so of course they have to upcharge you on how much it is that they originally spent to get the food wholesale, right, so that they can cook it for you at the restaurant. Then you tip, so it's like a triple charge. And see, the thing about it is, no more of these expensive dates. Once again, if a person phrases it in a way where, or if a person sends the message, let me say that because that's better. If a person sends the message that you have to spend money in order for you to get to know them, you need to stay away from them, because they putting themselves out there for the stroll, if you know what I mean. They can be bought. And if you know you're looking for someone real, you can't have that. The Queen of Cups. So now the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords is, stop trying to spend so much money. And see, when you socialize with people, if they're okay with that. Yeah, like we need to, if you ask me, these situations really need to be talked about in a real way. Because a lot of people, especially online, a lot of people be overvaluing themselves online. That's one thing that I've been noticing. A lot of people just get online, put on a whole brand new persona, start getting more childish and disrespectful in a way that they never would if they were face to face with somebody, because they feel like, because they, oh wow, you know, I could be a boss. Yeah, but you only a boss online though. Like, you're not really one in real life, because you would never, because a lot of times, especially when it comes to online, the goofy videos that a lot of you Taurus are watching, most people would never have the guts to do that type of stuff in real. I ain't gonna say most. That's wrong, because it is happening. Some people, to be fair, some people, and I have to correct myself, some people don't have the guts to do that, because most people do. They're showing you that their internet persona and their real world persona, there is no end and there is no start. They're one and the same, and they have become the same individual. So guess what? People can be disrespectful like this in real life and then put it on the internet and let everybody know how disrespectful they are. But here's the situation though. It just means that those people are not Mr. or Mrs. Right. Because why in the world would you, Taurus, want to be with somebody that makes it so that you have to spend money in order to see them? Do you understand how that sounds? Do you understand what that implies? You understand where I'm going with this? So now the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles is about, so because of this, you, Taurus, have to understand that, once again, do not struggle. Do not try to make a relationship work that is clearly not working. If a person is emotional and standoffish and all this other type of stuff, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's their problem. You know, start hanging out with people who actually have real world social skills and the ability to create common sense. You know what I mean? And actually socialize. So let's clarify some of these cards. Uh-oh. family. Told y'all I was growing my hair out, starting to grow hair. Hopefully you'll see it in the next couple of months. But to clarify the Seven of Pentacles, High Priestess, which is Virgo and Taurus, showed up in your own reading. Four of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Yet again, you know, like, don't let it rub you the wrong way. You know, you need to understand that if they're doing that, if they're making things difficult on y'all, Taurus, it's a them issue. It's a personal issue for them. You shouldn't even be worried about that. The Four of Pentacles, you shouldn't even be rattled. You should be just as stable as a lot of y'all are now, and understand that it's their problem. They're looking to get 100% guarantee. Let me explain this, right? Let me break the code on that, right? Let me break the code on that. What it is a lot of people try to put all this type of stipulations on it because they really want to make 100% guarantee. They want to know that you're interested in them. So they want you to jump through all these hoops because they're afraid of rejection. And what about if this person doesn't like me and they was playing me? So now I gotta know if this person is really interested in me. So I gotta test this person to see if they will go ahead and give me certain things, because I need to know. And this is what I mean when I say too many people are scared, because you're not willing to put yourself out there like that, not realizing that no matter what, there's no exceptions to this. If you're trying to get to know somebody, you don't know what it is that they're thinking. You don't know everything. So the idea of you know and you don't know, there's no 100, even with everything that I know and I've taught y'all, there's no 100% foolproof way of knowing if a person really likes you if they don't. You have to, this is where trust comes into play. You have to trust them. And if they show you that they're not really serious, guess what? If you're valuable, move on to another person and see if they see your value. The Three of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, because you shouldn't even be worried about value and you not having value. Valuable people who come in with something to bring to the table don't have to constantly feel so down and out when it comes to whether or not they're valuable or not, or specifically if a person is interested in them or not. They may feel a certain way, right? Heal from it, and then try their hand again if that's what it is that they want to. But that's pretty much it. Overall, you Taurus just have to understand that y'all are in a very good position. Just learn to relax a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, this is what I mean when I say learn to break the rules, you know?